Hello and welcome to the Cameron Sadeghi Show here. I am your host, Cameron Sadeghi, and we've got a lot to talk about NFL Live look-ins here today. I will be your host, and I will be going live from game to game to game. Live look-ins. We'll be telling you, be giving you the play-by-play of all the games. So if you cannot find the game or you want to hear all the information on every single game, you have come to the right place here on National Sports On Air. We have thrillers in the early set of games. One, it's 41-41 in the Music City. Yes, Nashville, Tennessee, 41-41. Lions came back. Stafford was hurt. Sean Hill threw a Hail Mary. It was a miracle. And we are here in the shotgun with Jake Locker with 12 minutes to go in overtime as he throws a dart down the middle at the 34. And there's a penalty on the field as Bo Scaife, I believe, is lying down on the ground. Did I say Bo Scaife? My bad. It was... Let's check to see who it was. We actually have a personal foul against the Lions. So Tennessee has an opportunity for a field goal shortly. In Miami, there's a game between Miami and New York. The Jets and the Dolphins, 20-20 with 16 seconds left in the fourth over there. Miami kicked a field goal to tie it over there. Also, we have another overtime, this time in New Orleans. 24-all. In overtime, Kansas City has the football. We have three very tight games. Sanchez is heading out in New York, but let's go back to Tennessee, where Jake Locker is staring at a 1st and 10. He's thrown for 380 yards and 2 touchdowns. Tennessee was supposed to lock this up, but Detroit came back on a miracle. They had an onside kick through a Hail Mary for a touchdown to tie this up and go into overtime. So Tennessee had 2 touchdowns in the span of about 30 seconds. Here's Kansas City now back at the Superdome as Castle with a check down to Jamal Charles for a first down nearing the midfield. So, for those of you wondering what the overtime rules are, each team is guaranteed 1 possession or an opportunity to possess unless the opening possession results in a touchdown. After each team has possessed the ball, the game automatically ends upon any score. So, for those of you wondering what that means, the first team who gets the ball, they have to score a touchdown in order to win the game. If they score a field goal, the second team still has an opportunity to win the game with a touchdown. Vice versa. So, in New Orleans, Drawn just ran for about 6. 12:50 to go. Many surprise in New Orleans. The battle of the winless. Kansas City and New Orleans sitting at 0-2. Castle under center. Preston to his left. Charles in the backfield. Bo to his right. Castle play fakes. Throws to Bo. Incomplete. 3rd and 4 upcoming for the Kansas City Chiefs. Now, for Tennessee, let's go back over there where Stephen Tulloch drilled number 88 of the Tennessee Titans. We don't know if it's a catch over there. We're still wondering over there. Now, sorry again, but let's go back to New Orleans where we have a 3rd and 4 for Matt Castle and the Kansas City Chiefs. Castle takes the snap, 5-step drop, dumps it off to Steve Preston and Roman Harper there to break it up for an incomplete pass. So 4th and 4 for Kansas City. Kansas City has been trailing for most of the day. For those wondering, Arizona leading 10-0 against Philadelphia at home. Also, in San Diego, it's 0-0 over there. In Denver, they're leading 2-0. Also, we have another game, this time in Oakland. Oaktown versus Pittsburgh. They're in a 0-0 battle. Pittsburgh in the red zone. Roethlisberger in the gun. Roethlisberger takes the snap, hands it off to Mike Wallace, who was in motion and brought down at the 10-yard line over there in Oakland. Let's go back to the Music City, where we might have a Music City miracle. Could the Lions pull the improbable? We are still awaiting the call from these replacement referees who have been scrutinized very, very much here throughout the course of this NFL season. And there's a controversial call, and we're still awaiting the call here in Tennessee. And I believe we just received word that the Tennessee Titans and Mike Munchak and the Tennessee Titans will have the football. It's first down and 10, upcoming at, let's see, the yard line, at the 29-yard line. 9 yards away from the red zone. Locker in the gun. Throwing and dropped by Tennessee. We have another overtime in Miami, where the coin toss is flipped and the ball will be going to the New York Jets, I believe. So, second down and 10 in Nashville. Locker in the gun. Ringer by his side. Taking the snap. Locker throwing to the left sideline. Couldn't make the grab by Wright. Incomplete pass. By the way, we have an update. In San Diego at Qualcomm Stadium, Matt Ryan throwing a screen pass to Jarius Norwood for the touchdown for the Atlanta Falcons. So 7-0 in San Diego. Here is Locker in the gun, third and 10. Full wide out set with Johnson by his side. Locker throws to his right to a wide open Damian Williams to move the chains. By the way, for those of you wondering, the Arizona Cardinals trying to look for 3-0, for a 3-0 record. They're doing a pretty good job on their quest to doing so. They are winning 10-0 here in, over there in Arizona. Here's Locker at the 16.5-yard line. Locker to right on the screen for a yard. Also, another update at McAfee Coliseum. Roethlisberger to Heath Miller for a touchdown in Oakland. 7-0 for Roethlisberger and company. Back to Tennessee, those of you wondering and those of you just joining right now, we are doing a show where we are going from game to game to game live here on National Sports On Air, so you can get all the updates necessary and you can hear all the calls here on this show. Here is Locker in the gun. Full wide out set with Johnson by his side, throwing to the right. Is that caught by Damian Williams? No, trying to dive forward at the first down marker and couldn't do so. We have another update too in Broncoland in Denver. 5-0. Denver leading. We have 3 games currently in overtime right now. New Orleans, 3rd and 10. Now 4th and 10 at the 1-yard line, backed all the way up. Back in Tennessee. Locker in the gun. Johnson by his side. Screen to Williams. Williams plowing his way for a 9-yard gain inside the 11-yard line for Tennessee. 4th and 10. Let's go back to the Mercedes-Benz Superdome, where New Orleans is punting. Morstead from the 1. Actually in the back of the end zone. Here is Javier Arenas returning down to the 46. Castle will get his opportunity to come back on the field. Back to Miami, where we have a 20-20 game. 14 minutes to go in overtime as Sanchez handed off to Powell all the way down to the 36. Jets trying to get into Miami territory. They still have to pass through midfield. Single back formation. 2 tight end set. Sanchez handed it off to Powell for about 4. Actually, back to Tennessee now, where they are at a 26-yard attempt for Rob Baronas from 26 yards out. Baronas, it's true, in Tennessee. So we have a 3-point lead there in Tennessee. Over there. Now back to the Superdome, where we have Charles. Couldn't get anything to go. 3rd and 12 upcoming for Kansas City. By the way, for those of you who want to comment, you can. I have a comment bubble. There's a comment bubble to the side. It should be green looking, a green comment bubble, and you can type your questions or comments at any time possible. 29 rushes, 225 yards, and a touchdown for Jamal Charles. Here's Castle in the gun. 3 to his left, 1 to his right. Charles by his side. Castle dumping it off to Charles. Charles trying to go for a first down. Actually, he couldn't get it to go, but we have a fumble. Roman Harper wants to take it all the way, and he does. Is it a touchdown? Did he come down before contact? I'm not sure about that. We're still awaiting signal, and they do call it a touchdown. And I believe that's the game. Or we still have to await signal from the refs. There's still a little bit confusion down on the field. And I believe they're going to review this. They will review it from the booth. Yes, Kansas City's drawn was down by contact. And that will not be a touchdown. Back in Miami, Sanchez on a 3rd and 6. Completes to Schillens. Chaz Schillens for a first down to move the chains. Inside of the 47. Sanchez in the gun. 2 wide receivers to his right, and actually timeout on the field. Miami. They're taking their second timeout here in overtime. Back to Tennessee now, where Brandon Pettigrew, who fumbled the football in the 4th quarter,